All right. It's always difficult to find stuff to talk about.
You get that cigarette in me first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, stretch it out.
This man, my co-host, is a smoker.
It's bad. It's real bad.
Very bad.
About 37 and a half packs of depression and cigarettes. I smoke hookah on the daily. And sometimes I drink myself to death. So I have fun.
Yeah, just full-blown depressed
Full-blown
wreck.
Yep. I'll tell you what, you
Good
walk
Lord.
in my house, and there's just this wafting smell of depression and broken dreams. And sometimes it smells like Fantasia Shisha.
Oh,
That's how it
good
is.
Lord.
Well, you probably don't know who we are. You haven't heard our names or our voices.
No, you haven't.
Now, there's something that we're trying to do, and I think it's going to be special. I think it's going to work out.
Oh, yeah. I do, too.
I don't think that it's a good thing to give our names away or, talk about us specifically sometimes.
I kind of differ in this, but sorry to cut you off, but like I feel like I will
Your
eventually.
idea fucking sucks.
Yeah, all right, fine, Nate. Oh.
Oh, he just said my name. Game over. Anyway.
All right.
But
Lord.
I think that there's something special about trying to give something to someone that they might not have had. Growing up, I didn't always have a role model, and that's probably why I drink myself to death. I don't know. Call me crazy.
He is joking, by the way.
I don't drink that much.
He's joking. This is all humor. For those of you, if the one person who watches this thing, or hears it, or whatever it is, friggin' hears this and goes, "Oh my God, they're serious and they're making jokes out of serious things." This is comedy.
It's comedy. That's what it is. It's what it does.
We're trying our best at comedy. We're trying.
That's the first comment being, "You're not fucking funny. Go kill yourselves." Well, that's not very funny, is it?
It's literally like one of our friends. Someone we know. Good Lord.
Oh, it's him. Okay.
It's probably me. I'll do it. I'll leave that comment.
Leave that comment to ourselves.
The kid with the beautiful voice sounds terrible.
Yep. Yeah, wow. It's ironic. So, first podcast. What are we talking about?
Well, I was thinking
What are we getting into?
we're kind of just going to vaguely talk about funny things that happen in our lives because I feel like those are the best things, People don't realize that people's lives are wacky and fun and stupid. And you know what? Good stuff happens during these wacky times. We're going to get into one that I believe happened around, I'd say 7th or 8th grade of our time in, middle school. If you hear caws and bird shit, in the background, we're outside. There's like a radiator buzzing, so I'm lazy. I don't know how much of this I'm going to actually edit. Probably not much, but whatever. The point is, this story, so let's give you a little bit of a setting. We live in central Pennsylvania. Basically, if I were to describe the town we live in, basically I'd call it a live-action version of South Park. It's cold 3/4 of the year. And when it is hot, it is just ridiculous. Like, I don't know how people in Florida live.
I'm confused what story you're going for.
Oh, I'm telling. Well, you'll get. Well,
Okay.
Anyway, we live here. The time of the year was October. You know what I'm talking about now, right? The spooky season was in the air. We were young, wee whippersnappers. We went to this. Oh God, this is a long story actually, but
Oh, the fucking camp.
yep, the camp,
fucking camp,
the haunted camp. Yeah, so this is the
Christ.
story of when we went to a haunted ass camp. But it all starts when we were, I believe, at a school dance. And again, we're all awkward 8th graders, 7th graders, whatever grade we were. Point is, we're not actually with girls. We're just with us cornering around a crappy gymnasium, just like, 2001 pop songs are going on. Like, California girls.
Poker Face. Poker Face, that was my shit.
Crap. Yeah, that's stuff that people nowadays are like, what?
Yep.
That's like ancient. Yeah.
It's actually, this isn't a full story in and of itself, but just to kind of paint the picture, there was a girl that we went to school with, had a troubled past, had a little bit of a troubled past, literally thought that she was a horse. Like dead ass, thought that she was a horse some days. She would gallop, and I remember looking up during the school dance, and I'm just, I'm a wallflower. I'm up on the wall, foot up,
Same.
just like looking around, like,
No, I was a jock.
Who's
I was straight. I was out on the dance floor, bro, busting my moves.
But all I remember hearing in the background It still causes PTSD, and I'm still paying for therapy. I hear... I'm like, what the fuck is that? I look up from my punch, and I see this woman galloping throughout the hall. Absolutely terrifying. But
Plop, 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 plop.
we're telling the camp story?
Yeah, we're telling the camp. So basically, the long story, it's actually... So we get there, we're done with this. Basically, there's like a Pizza Hut that's like... I don't know, what would you say, like a couple blocks away from this place where we're at.
Probably.
So we walk there. And what's going to happen is we can't drive. So my parents, we had planned this that we're going to go to this Pizza Hut and just be, fat fucks, and we're going to eat this crappy food. And we're going to wait for our parents to come get us. And then we're going to go to this spooky-ass camp that's open late as hell and get the shit scared out of us. So we go to this Pizza Hut, and we were inconsiderate when we went there, to say the very, very least. If you hear buzzing, there's a bee right next to me. Oh, I just crawled in this little hole. Oh, that's scary. So anyway, yeah, we're at this Pizza Hut, and we sort of trashed the table, to say the least. We were looking back on it now, it's horrible, but it's still kind of funny. We trashed that
Throwing
table.
pizza at the walls, and you see the pizza depressingly slide down the wall.
I remember just he grabbed pizza off my plate and slammed it in front of our one buddy. I grabbing breadsticks, throwing it. Water was spilling. So yeah, we were pretty much dicks that night. But it gets worse. It gets worse to our douchebaggery. So anyway, parents show up, and we obviously don't tell them what we did. We get him into the car, and it was me and him, and then a couple other of our friends, and basically we go to the camp where this horror crap is supposed to be. And you know what? It was kind of mediocre. I think we went the year before and it was really good, but that year it was like they toned it down.
Yeah.
Or wait, was that? No, I think they toned it down.
No,
that
they
year.
toned it down.
Because the first year was nuts. I was like, this thing's awesome. And I think we went, and the year before that, it was great. And this one was like,
So
it wasn't that good.
you can kind of see where this story is going, because it's a bunch, 12, 13?
Yeah, 12,
13-year-old kids
who are clearly irresponsible. Don't think.
We're all trying to act like badasses. People are jumping out, scaring us, and we're trying to act like it's nothing.
There's also a couple girls there that we knew, and we were trying to impress them. Pretty pathetic.
Big, bad, strong, and tough, and nothing scares me.
I'm 13 years old. I've seen life, dude. I have played Lego Star Wars. I know the challenges.
I have a hair on my chest.
Bro, I've played Call of Duty. I know how to be strong.
In war.
Yeah, I know war.
So, we were there, and you know what happens. 12, 13-year-old boys, and we aren't having fun. We have to make our own fun.
Yeah.
So, this is actually when we're leaving. This is after everything's kind of cooling off and dying off.
Yep.
We go up to the bathrooms, and people are going into the bathrooms. Some of the girls went into the bathroom.
Yeah, these bathrooms are it's like a big shack that's sort of surrounded by a bunch of trees and brush and crap. Like, that's what it is. This is sort of the setting we're in, and it's late. It's night. It's dark. We're standing there, and what did we find on the ground, Nate?
Well, we saw a manhole.
Yeah, we didn't know it was a manhole. It was a big wooden thing with a handle on it, and there was this big circular-ass piece of wood. And we were like, oh, what's this? And so we see the handle, and we all start taking turns trying to pull it up.
Yep. So I finally walk up to it, and I just remember thinking, this is going to be hilarious. I might try to crawl down it, because my dad used to tell me stories. He grew up near the D.C. area.
Yeah, Nate lifted it up.
His dad worked in the White House and shit like that, and he would tell me stories about how these kids would get these big grates. They would lift them up, they would crawl into them, and then kind of walk around and throughout these tunnels underneath the city. So my immature mind was like, I'm going to do the same thing as my dad. So I lift the grate up, and as soon as I am holding the grate, it's fully removed, and I'm looking down it. There's this big, fat country fucker that just, poof, out of air, runs out of nowhere. Hey, what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing? What is that?
Screams at us immediately.
Yeah, he probably worked there. We don't know, but he just starts yelling at us.
Big redneck white trash dude.
Yeah, large man.
Looks like he just goes home, drinks Budweiser, and just spits chew throughout his own house.
Dipski.
It looks.
He has a dipski.
looks like trash. Yeah. Has this weird pedophile mustache.
Oh, good lord.
But he runs up to me and he goes, "Do you know what's in there?"
Shit!
And I was like, I don't know. And this man screams, I'm 13, and this man screams shit in my face.
Shit!
And I'm about ready to cry.
There is shit down there. Do you want to go swimming in it? Do you want to fall down the shit?
He actually
Do you want
said-
a little kid to fall in the shit?
He wanted me to go swimming in said shit.
He was more asking
Needless to
us.
say, I didn't want to swim in the
Well, he
shit.
didn't want to swim in it either. He was just trying to be a dick and like scare us. Because, you know, back then adults are like, if we terrify children, they will listen to us. And that's probably how he grew up.
We verbally abuse the kids,
Yeah.
they'll listen.
But literally, we're standing there and we're just like mortified. Like, oh my God, we were just trying to have fun. And this dude is just screaming at us. So basically what happens is, after he just keeps screaming the word shit at us, and we're like trying not to laugh because he's saying shit to 13-year-olds, but also scared because this dude is like yelling at us. And then what happens?
Well, we all go running off.
Yeah, put the manhole back down.
I've always been a big guy. I'm a big boy.
Big girl.
But I'm a big girl.
Independent girl.
I love that movie. I can't remember the name of it. It's just some kind. You'll hear me reference it a lot. I think it's hysterical. Okay. But I see this tree, and I run behind the tree, and I'm trying to hide, and I see Damien's mom.
Yeah.
And I do not want to talk to Damien's mom.
That's my mama.
That's my mom.
That's my mom.
So we all go. We're privileged. We get in her Lincoln.
Yeah, she did have the nice Lincoln.
Yeah,
then.
she had the nice Lincoln.
The good.
I love how some Lincolns are shit to us. Oh, she got in the nice Lincoln that day.
So now you know our first names. That's
You know
all.
our first names.
Who cares?
But we get in the car, and I just remember sitting in the front seat, right beside Damien's mom.
And the rest of us are all just piled in. Because that's the thing. Is like
My hands twiddling my thumbs, looking down at the floor like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Yeah, what he forgot to mention is that the big guy, because we were dumbasses. Instead of trying to lose him, we went right to him. My mom and our parents. And then he comes over and tells her what happened, like a snitch. And she has a surprising, like, reaction. Like, she's just like, okay. Like, she didn't care. Like, did anyone get hurt? No. Did anything bad happen? Nah.
Adults talking to adults at that age is terrifying.
Yeah.
So I just remember thinking, like, oh my god, I'm going to go home. I'm going to get the shit beat out of me.
I'm gonna die.
And then I'm going to go swimming in it. Just kidding. But he was terrifying, so we ended up leaving. Years later, it's kind of funny, but me and his mom never talked about it. Did you guys ever talk about it again?
We talked about it once everyone left, and I was just like, look, we did it. We're sorry, but it was a boring night. I think even she was bored. Like, I mean, she remembers last year, because, like, they went, my mom and a couple of their parents that had gone, they went,
Oh, Bentley.
Yeah, this is his dog. Bentley just dropped a bone right to the floor and wants to play catch. Aw.
Go, buddy.
Oh,
he doesn't care. No.
Nate just threw it over the deck, which where we're sitting. And poor Bentley didn't want to go get it. These toys in the yard. Oh, good doggy. Anyway, yeah, my mom didn't really care. Because she didn't really she thought it wasn't as good as last time, and it was just, eh. So,
Mundane.
yeah.
So
That's the shit story.
the literal shit story.
Yeah, it was a shit
I have
show.
to mention it because you said this man screaming shit.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of another adult that kept saying one word and actually printed it on a piece of paper
Oh, God.
to walk around and show us.
That
same
is a
grade.
whole story. Oh, good
We
Lord.
can get into it a little bit.
You want to
We
get
can
into it?
We can get into it.
Okay, we'll talk about
get
it
into
now.
it.
Another crazy story about our youth. So we were what, 7th grade, I believe. We were
Yep,
se-
it
that's
was
right.
the year before.
7th grade. No, it was 7th grade. Because that's when we had him in our class.
Yep.
Because like we had him full time. That's when he taught.
Yep.
This is the story of sex ed, basically.
Yeah.
Our version of sex ed.
A Catholic school version.
Like Catholic
of sex
school.
ed.
Praise Jesus. Pretty much. That's this.
Rode into town on an ass.
Your mama's ass. Jesus.
Black Jesus.
That's Family Guy.
But, yep, Family Guy. Gotta love it.
Anyway, back to yeah. You start this one.
So our teacher, and God bless him, he was a really nice guy, very very kind, considerate. He kind of looked weird. At least in my opinion. He was an older guy. He was bald. He was probably he's like 6'3".
Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah, he's a tall guy.
Old science teacher.
He's kind of scrawny though.
Yep.
He had these weird glasses that you could actually rip apart in the front, put them over your back, and then whenever you're ready, connect them again, put them on your face.
Yep,
But
science
regardless,
glasses.
weird dude. So we were learning about sex ed, and all that we remember was that he went into this back room that he had, and you didn't know what to expect. You didn't know what was going to happen, but he writes the word sex on a piece of paper, and then he walks up to every 7th grader in the room and holds it directly in our face, and you can smell his shit breath from a mile away. Is this funny? Is this funny to you?
Is this funny?
The 7th graders, you hear the word penis and you just think it's the funniest shit in the world.
Your old man teacher comes up to you and shows you the word sex on a piece of paper, dead ass, and it's like, is it funny? It is. This is why we're telling you this.
It's hysterical.
Because it's hilarious to think about. But no, we're all terrified because we know if we start laughing, he will just murder us.
Yep.
We know what will happen.
So we're doing that kind of friends laughing in the back of the room kind of laugh.
It's not funny. It's not funny. Serious.
And then to kind of go...
God's gift.
To delve deeper into what Catholic school education looks like as far as sex goes, we were watching a video, and the video started with people making out. But for some reason, they decided to essentially go in the woman's mouth and then show the man kissing her. They're like, yep, this is sex. This is how you have a baby. Don't kiss anyone.
You kiss someone, you're pregnant. God, it's like that movie Split. Friggin' what a little James McAvoy character is like, I kissed you. You might be pregnant now. Kevin, it's Kevin. I have wet socks. I have blue socks. The Beast. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, Catholic sex education is a funny thing. Hey, it teaches you everything and yet nothing.
Maybe that's why there's so much teenage pregnancy in our area.
Yeah,
maybe people just start kissing each other. And
oh, yeah. They just make out and then, oh, got a baby. Got a baby. I don't think we ever learned what sex was.
No.
No, we never really truly did.
I mean,
Nate's dog is currently trying to just give me doggy kisses right now. Bentley, good doggy. Good doggy.
To think that all that sex is just whenever a man and a woman love each other and God gives them a baby. Why wouldn't they just tell us that?
Yeah.
They could have just told us.
Yeah, instead we had our crazy maniac 7th grade science teacher,
Sex.
God love him, with a sign. It used to be crazier, I heard, from years past. He would, one year, everyone was sitting there just doing their work, and then out of nowhere, this crazy man just goes, sex! At the top of his lungs. And we're just like, bro, what? Or that wasn't us, it was another grade. But if he had done that to their class, there would have been no chance for us. We would have died laughing.
Oh, yeah.
And we would have died.
There are so many funny stories from those years. It's just awesome.
Hopefully you'll hear a lot more of them.
No, you will. You absolutely will.
Hopefully
we can keep this podcast going.
Yeah, hopefully we get all the way up to 10 people listening that we don't know. 10 strangers. That's our goal now. 10 strangers. Now, I'm a lazy editor, so I'll probably try to get rid of the white noise as much as possible. There's we've been pounding on the table where my phone's at, so hopefully it's not too long or too loud and there's not too many noises that are just pissing you off. But, if you like it, good for you. Now, I'm probably going to end this now. This thing's getting close to 20 minutes long. It's 18 right now. So I guess we're going to end this at, if you're watching this on YouTube, where we're probably going to put it, like, share, subscribe to your one other friend.